probably the best known of all archangels. Archangel Michael is a wonderful protector, a powerful leader, and a benevolent friend. We're going to teach you how to recognize his energy, invoke him, and work with him. You're going to love learning about Archangel Michael.
This show is not designed nor intended to replace your legal or medical advice. Angel Heart Radio, its hosts, co-hosts and guests do not prescribe medical treatment, nor do we dispense medical or legal advice. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for supporting Angel Heart Radio. Supporting you is our focus. We want you to know that you matter in the world. I'd also like to take this opportunity to invite you to support us even further. So tweet us, Facebook us, pin us, post us to your friends' walls, email links to the shows to others. Thank you so much. You make what we do possible, and we are very, very grateful to you.
Angel Heart Radio is proudly sponsored by AngelLight777.com. Hello and welcome to AngelHeartRadio.com for this episode of the Archangel Series. We're going to be looking at Archangel Michael, how we can work with him, what his roles are, and the ways that we truly feel that we have a great connection with him. I'm Anayah Holilly from Brisbane, Australia, the founder of Angel Heart Radio. I am an angel intuitive with advanced training, voice for the angels, author, and the creator of AngelLight777.com.
Hello, I'm Leesa Ellis, angel specialist and intuitive. I'm a registered Diana Cooper Foundation angel teacher, a registered Karuna Reiki master teacher, and a certified theta healer. You can find out more about me and my work at www.leesaellis.com, LeesaEllis.com.
And hello, I'm Ros Place. I'm a clairvoyant angel communicator based in the UK, and I specialise in real-life angel guidance. And you can find me at www.angelswithros.com on YouTube and also on Angels with Ros on Facebook.
We really love bringing this program to you. It's such a passion for us, all three of us. This is how we live our lives, working with the angels, communicating with the angels. So for us, it's something so special that we can bring to you to help you in your everyday life connect with the angels or to deepen your connection with the angels. And Archangel Michael, I think, is probably the most famous archangel. Would you agree with that, ladies?
Most definitely, yes. Best known figure in the angelic realm, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that when people think of angels, the next question would be, which angel do you know or have you heard of? And that would be Michael. So yes, absolutely.
Archangel Michael is such a powerful figure, and one of the things that I really love about working with Michael is that sense of strength, that sense of pure protection. He's kind of like a bouncer. You know how nightclubs have a bouncer? Well, we have a bouncer. Our spiritual lives have a bouncer, and that's Archangel Michael. And he will bounce out any energy that we don't wish to have, either in our lives, our minds, our energy fields, our homes, our cars, you name it. Michael can bounce that energy right out.
Yes, absolutely. He is definitely a protector. Michael will guide us to stand in our own power, speak our truth, and lead others forward in that sense of leadership and protection and safety and strength, and encourage us to stand in our own power, but he is always there to protect us.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael, to me, is very much about safety and about security, and also about bravery and how you can conquer areas where you don't feel safe and where you don't feel secure and where you feel out of your comfort zone. So very much the same connection for me with Michael, a very strong angel who can help you to conquer your fears. Absolutely, ladies.
Hey, guess what? We have a caller on the switchboard. So let's take this caller and see who we've got. Area code 484. Welcome to AngelHeartRadio.com on the Archangel Series. Yes, hi.
Oh, hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. You're speaking with Anayah, and we've got Leesa and Ros here as well. How can we help you today with relation in regard to Archangel Michael or the Archangels in general?
Okay, well, it's funny because something told me to see what shows were on this morning, and I'm getting ready for work, and I'm really having some difficulty here regarding a man that comes in and out of my life. I don't know. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what he's doing. He weaves in and out of my life, and he's dating other people. He knows that I don't want him dating other people. We break up because of it, and then next thing you know, whether it's 6 weeks, 2 months, 4 months, he pops up again.
Okay.
And when he pops up, he's still entangled with whoever he was having a rendezvous with, and I'm saying to myself, what is going on here? What is going on here? And I've been, praying to the Lord. I was like, either get rid of him out of here or give me the reason why he keeps resurfacing 5,000 times.
Okay.
And it seems like every time I try to move forward with a new fella, like my girlfriend had set me up on a date. We went out to dinner. Everything was going fine. The next day I met his little boy. We spent time together again. Then after that, he deleted me, blocked me on Facebook, my date. No,
okay.
I can't even get a hold of him. And then 2 hours after that all happened is when Dan resurfaced again. So it was like, get that energy out of here, and I'm coming back. See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't even bother.
Understand you. Yep.
Right.
Yep. What's your name?
It's Tonette.
Tonette.
Okay, Tonette, hi, it's Ros here. Nice to connect with you this morning. I've been listening to what you've been saying, and it's a situation that lots of people come up against when you have an experience where you have somebody in your life and you ask yourself, what is the meaning of this person? Why do they keep coming back? What are we connected in some way? Is this a situation that I can resolve? How can I move through this? It's like a frustrating experience of kind of repetition and feeling as though you're held in one spot. There's no coincidence that you're calling in this morning, because this is an opportunity for you, Archangel Michael tells me, to be brave, Tonette. And I'm going to tell you how you can be brave. You feel disempowered in this situation because you feel as though you're at the mercy of somebody else's whims. It's kind of like, I just sit here and then you tell me when you want to change the terms of the relationship. And you don't want to miss out. You don't want to get it wrong. Archangel Michael is saying to you, Tonette, be brave. And the way that you can be brave is to work out very clearly what you want to experience within a relationship, so that you reclaim all of your power. Because at the moment you're saying, how do you want it to be? How do you want it to be? I'll change. I'll fit in. I'm not sure. I'm not clear. Archangel Michael is saying, Tonette, you have the power inside of you to create the most fulfilling and positive relationship that you can imagine. And the way that you reclaim your power and become brave is by deciding how you want to feel within a relationship. That's your first step. Once you establish how you want to feel, once you get clear about what a relationship that is fulfilling and loyal and contented and exciting and long-term feels to you, the angels can bring it to you. So be brave and you get clear about how you want to feel, and that will shift the energy for you. Okay, I hope that's helpful to you. Thank you for calling in this morning. Michael is with you.
Thank you.
Tonette, don't go anywhere. Leesa may have something for you, and I certainly have something for you as well. That was absolutely awesome, Ros. Tonette, one of the things you can do as well, now, let's just do it right now as you and I connect across the airwaves. Okay, let's call him Archangel Michael. Michael has a beautiful, I'm getting goosebumps, deep blue cloak with a big hood. Oh, if you could feel the rivers of goosebumps running through my body. Mm-hmm. Right now, I want you to enact it, just mime it. Reach out and grab this cloak with both hands and wrap it around yourself. Okay. With your right hand, I want you to reach behind your head and get that hood and pull it up way over your head until it comes like a monk. Pull it right down so it's over the top, right near your eyebrows. Then reach into the pockets of this cloak. You will find gloves and you will find shoes. Get those gloves and slide your hands into them and step those feet into those shoes. This is Archangel Michael's energy, his actual energy. Wear that cloak. Pull that hood over. Put those gloves on. Put your feet in those shoes. And you step out in your daily life wearing that, knowing that this is his mantle. This is his incredibly powerful, strong, loving, I'll take no you-know-what from you kind of cloak. Because the you we're talking about is you, not him. It's not Dan, it's you. And Dan is your gift. Here's your gift for you to finally say no. And not no, you're not going to do this to me, but no, that's not what I want in my life. I want more, deeper, better, stronger, more sacred, powerful, beautiful. I deserve it. I'm amazing. But you've got to start by giving it to you, and Archangel Michael will help you to really engage with that.
Okay.
Perfect. Leesa?
Yes, absolutely lovely. I just quite agree with what both you and Ros have said there. What I feel is that this is an opportunity and a moment to stand in your own power. Once you have determined exactly what you want from a loving relationship, what will satisfy and make you happy and fulfill you, it's about standing in your own power, speaking your truth, and as Ros says, be brave. If you want to say no from the pit of your belly and mean it. You have Michael to back you up and support you to reach that point where you can do that. And not only are you safe, but he will help you feel safe. You will feel completely safe, protected, and loved with Michael's help.
Lovely, Leesa.
Thank you.
Now, Tonette, I'm going to post a meme on Facebook, which is dedicated to you. So if you would like to go to facebook.com/Angel Heart Radio, I'm going to put it up now. It is perfect. When I was making this, I could feel the angels, Archangel Michael in particular, really working through me. And I knew someone was going to come along, someone who would really plug right into this. So this one is for you, and I'm going to put it up now. And once it's up, I'd like you to go and have a look. If you don't have work, that's okay. Come back after work. And angelheartradio.com has heaps and heaps of programs that you can listen to any time at all that can support you and nurture you and help you on your way.
Okay.
Nice to speak to you, Tonette.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Be brave.
Hey, listen, be brave. Thank you so much. Much love, and let us know how you're doing.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
That was absolutely wonderful.
Wasn't it?
That's it, isn't it? That real live, how can we help you moment, which I really love. And, sometimes that does happen, doesn't it? Those energies can be so powerful that we need to really step into our own power and also call on the power and the strength of a really solid angel like Michael.
Absolutely. And I think Leesa, the word that Leesa used, which really encapsulates everything about this experience, and every experience that enters our life that presents what we may perceive to be a challenge, is opportunity. Here is an opportunity to be brave, to be clearer, to be more intentional, to be more responsible, to be more confident, and to be more to be braver about the way I imagine and therefore experience my life to be. So, yeah, fab. Great call. So happy she called.
So I'm putting that meme up on our Facebook wall right now, everyone. Go and have a look. It is superb, I have to tell you.
wanting to connect and draw on the energy of Archangel Michael, the gift I prepared previously with the sigil or angelic symbol of Archangel Michael is available free on my website for anyone who wants to download it and print it out.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Okay,
and you can find that at leesaellis.com, leesaellis.com/archangel-michael.html.
Angel communicators, Anayah, Leesa and Ros, are dedicated to helping you connect more fully with the angels, archangels, guardian angels and all benevolent beings. You can visit Anayah at angellight777.com, Leesa at leesaellis.com. That's LeesaEllis.com, and Ros Place at angelswithros.com, and you'll find us all on Facebook. We are passionate about sharing our love with the angels, and it's an honour and a privilege to serve you in this way.
Okay, this leads me into wanting to share a story with you all. Now, I was going out, I had a meeting, so I got dressed, got in my car, and do what I always do. I call on the angels, and this is the way I do it. I request a most benevolent outcome for the safety and protection of my car and for everyone and everything in and around it. Thank you. And I drove off. I felt uncomfortable. I just felt uncomfortable, so I thought I'll stop and check the tyres, which I did. And I still didn't feel comfortable. There was just this low energy in my belly. I couldn't even put my finger on it other than to say I didn't feel comfortable. So I'm driving along and I thought to myself, I just don't feel right. I don't know what's going on. So I called out to the angels. Angels, please help me to know why I don't feel comfortable. And all of a sudden, out of my mouth came the words, and I actually spoke these out loud, what if I'm driving myself to my own death?
Good Lord.
I just thought, I know. And I just went, Michael, I need you, and I need you now. If it's not safe for me to keep going, you have to tell me in a way that I totally get, that is going to make me absolutely safe and absolutely on purpose. I was so strong in it. And I looked up and I saw a truck with a whole bunch of new cars driving by. I saw the exit that I could take to go back home again. And then this sensation came over me, something I'd never felt before. I'm not sure how to explain it. I also noticed another sign that I couldn't understand how I was seeing it. The direction I was going in was toward the Gold Coast. The sign I was seeing was on the Gateway Bridge going toward the Sunshine Coast, which is in a different direction. Within a split second, I'd been taken from that part of the road and I'd been put on the Gateway Bridge, kilometres away, heading in a different direction.
Wow.
And my mind automatically went, no, I've turned right instead of turning left. That's all, I just made a mistake. And then that truck with all those cars and the exit sign popped into my mind. Now, I realised that I could not have seen those things if I'd have turned right. I had to have turned left to physically see those things. And I'd read about this, especially in Doreen Virtue's work. I'd read about Michael coming to the aid of people and taking them out of one location and putting them into another where they would be safe. And it actually happened to me.
Wow.
It was so powerful and so mind-boggling and so enormous that I just couldn't I just had to stop the car somewhere as soon as I got off. Yeah, I had to stop. I had to integrate. So I stopped the car when I could, and I called the person I was going to and said, look, I've taken the wrong turn, I'm going in the wrong directions, blah, blah, blah. I'll be late. So I took off again, and I had that same feeling of not being comfortable. So I pulled over again as soon as I could, and I rang this lady again who was a psychic medium, so she understands, the sort of stuff I'm talking about. And I told her what happened, and I said, I just don't feel it's the right day for me to come. I don't feel comfortable. And she said, Anayah, I'm so pleased because a friend of mine's in great need at the moment, and that means I can go to her and be a support for her. And so I just sat on the side of the road in a safe place until I got the feeling that I was comfortable. And one of the things I want to say to everyone is we have to notice the way information comes to us. It was so low level, just not feeling comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it is paying attention to those feelings. It's your intuition, and it's often, angelic guidance. It's the way that the angels convey to you through your senses, through the way that you feel physically. Yeah, paying attention, absolutely, listening.
And sometimes we expect, bolts of lightning to come up and say, no, don't go in that direction. Sometimes it's very subtle that I just didn't feel comfortable. Leesa, have you had any experiences or have anything to add to that for people?
The way I think of it is some people will say, I trust my gut, or I had a feeling in the pit of my belly. And I think that's they call it instinct. It's not actually instinct. I think of instinct as body knowing. It's what your body knows. If it's intuition, which is your soul knowing, your spirit knowing, your guidance from the angels and your spirit guides and your whole spirit team, is like, I just think it's learning to trust that and take action on it. It's like getting that feeling, because that's what you did. You didn't just get the feeling and think, oh, that's interesting. You took action on it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that a lot of listeners will have had the experience of having had a sensation or having had a knowing, but kind of ignoring it, which we've all done in the past. I know I've done it, because you're going to your friend's house. You've agreed this. You might have had to really change a lot of things in order to kind of make this meeting with your friend. And this is the day we're going to do it, and we've decided, and it's going to go ahead. And they're the times when you especially need to listen, because that's your will. Your will and your ego is saying, we've decided we're doing this and we're doing this now. Yeah. And it's listening to the subtle feeling of, I know this isn't really convenient, and I know this isn't perhaps the way that you envisaged it would be, but nevertheless pay attention, because your feelings are your guidance. They are your way of knowing and assessing situations. And sometimes you have to go through having that feeling and ignoring it lots, in order to actually get to the point where you think, I'm going to take a risk on it this time. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to stop the car. I'm just going to stop, pay attention to how I feel and act upon it. And I'm going to get the evidence that I need in order to confirm the fact that this is something I should be paying attention to. So it's a great story, and I really would inspire and encourage a lot of people.
I do hope so, because before that happened to me, like I said, I know Michael works this way. I've read people's accounts. I don't disbelieve them. But when it happened to me, my mind, my ego, my rational part of my mind wanted to say to me, no, you turned right instead of left. And that's a very common thing. And it's great to notice what's around us. I saw that truck. I saw that exit. And those little things, those little anchors kept me really focused on the fact that Archangel Michael really came to my assistance that day. And thank you, Michael. So Archangel Michael's colours, everyone, are royal blue, royal purple and gold. So you may feel or see or notice in your outer world these colours popping up for you, particularly over the next few days after listening to this program. That's one of the ways that Michael will help you to know that he is around you. Leesa?
Yes, sapphire and gold light, that deep royal blue of his cloak. The way I sort of personally feel about it and understand it is Michael's royal blue cloak back in ancient times, when people who were clairvoyant and could see angels actually perceived Michael, what they actually saw around him was his deep royal blue aura swirling like a cloak. And in their understanding at that time, they represented it in art as a cloak. But it is very much like that swirling, deep, incredible royal blue, really rich, incredible colour.
Yeah, fantastic. In fact, ladies, if I may, I have a little invocation which will help everybody to connect more deeply with Archangel Michael. It's about a minute long. Could I share that now?
That'd be perfect. Thank you, Ros.
Okay, so everybody, enjoy this experience of going into your heart center. This is going to help you to connect with Archangel Michael's energy. And I want to explain the reason for connecting with Archangel Michael's energy and all of the angels' energy is so that you can bring into your life and into your body a vibration of what you want more of. So when you call Archangel Michael to be with you, when you use words, give permission, open your heart to connect with Michael more deeply, it allows his energy into you and you become that energy. So every time you connect with Archangel Michael, you become a little bit braver because you experience a little bit more of his energy each time. So eyes closed and in your heart center. Wonderful. And expect to feel Archangel Michael's energy and intend to connect with his deep blue aura and energy. It is your expectation and intention to connect with Archangel Michael, the Archangel of courage and of bravery, which will allow your channels of angelic communication to become open. And ask with your heart and your body, Archangel Michael, be with me now. Archangel Michael is with you. Archangel Michael surrounds you with a deep blue cocoon of safety, of security. And Archangel Michael helps you to conquer all of your fears now. And ask Michael to direct that wonderfully brave, courageous, and strengthening energy to all the parts of your body, to all the parts of your life that want to feel strong and ask for courage and ask for power. Good. And ask Archangel Michael to stay with you for as long as you want and desire him to be by your side today. And so it is.
That was
so
beautiful.
An invocation there to connect with Michael's energy, and I think that's one of the things about angels that sometimes I feel like people connect with the angels and they think it's like a luxury or something. They think it's like a kind of an extra part. For me, it's a vital part of life, and I'm a clairvoyant angel communicator, so I can understand why you would think that is so. But it's my experience that in the beginning of something, it's necessary for you to understand why you're doing it, for your logical mind, for your ego to have justification or to feel safe, because otherwise it stalls the process. So for you to understand that every time you connect with an angel, you bring their energy into your life. So every time you connect with Archangel Michael, and when I say connect, I mean every time you ask him to be with you, just with simple words, just saying, Archangel Michael, be with me. Every time you have the intention to be just a little bit braver in your life, you allow Michael's energy into your life and you allow Michael's energy into your body. So your vibration, your energy becomes a little bit braver. It becomes a little bit more familiar. It becomes a little bit more natural. And it stays a little bit longer. So each time you connect with Michael, you're building up layers. It's like layering paint. You know, you have watercolor paint, and it starts off really, really light, and you can add color and color and color and color to get real depth. It's adding bravery. So justification is necessary, in my experience, at the beginning of something, and sometimes to get you through a period of challenge. Every time you connect with the angels, every time you connect with Michael, every time you say, Michael, be with me, you are getting a little bit braver. And for me, that's what Archangel Michael is all about. We all have, bravery is relative, completely individual, completely unique. Some things which I consider to be brave, other people will consider to be the most natural and easy things in the world, and vice versa. It's about realizing what it is that frightens you, acknowledging those things and having an intention, being intentional, saying, I'm going to be a little bit braver every day. I'm going to do one brave thing every day. And it's like a rush. It's like a buzz. You can see where kind of adrenaline junkies get it from. I'm not an adrenaline junkie by any stretch of the imagination. But it's like I do something that frightens me, that I know I'm safe, but it's just the fear. And this is where it's interesting, actually. I'd love to talk about this in more detail, because one of the things that people say is, I've got a feeling and I'm uncomfortable. Like Anayah, brilliant example. I'm uncomfortable. This feels off to me. This doesn't feel right to me for some reason. How do I know if that's something I should pay attention to? How do I know how sometimes feeling uncomfortable can be when you're frightened of something, but you're not unsafe. You're just growing. So is it a growing? I say to the boys sometimes, so I've got 2 little boys, and I say to them, like, they'll be doing something and that's new to them, and they'll say, oh, I'm really nervous, or I'm really frightened. And programming, I'll say, do you know what? I think you're excited. I think you're excited because you've not done it before. I think you're excited because this is new. So it's discerning. It's doing something a little bit braver every day that gives you the confidence to take steps into bigger areas of life. And I must just tell you this story quickly just to finish up what I'm saying here. Talking about being brave, one of my huge fears, and I'm just going to kind of discount what I said about being an adrenaline junkie, one of my huge fears, roller coasters. Absolutely terrified, absolutely to the core of me terrified. My 10-year-old son loves them and wanted me to go on one. So I agreed to, because I'm very aware of saying to my kids, be brave, do these things that make you feel uncomfortable, and then saying, no, I'm not going on a roller coaster. So I went. But before I went, there were 4 of us. There was me, my son, my sister, and my niece. And the 3 of them like roller coasters, and I was the one that was terrified. I was nearly crying. I needed to go to the toilet about 500 times, although I couldn't because I was in this massive long queue. I was shaking. My mouth went dry. As we got onto the platform to get onto this roller coaster, I sat Archangel Michael on each of our chairs. I said, right, Archangel Michael, sit on all of our chairs. And he sat on all of our chairs on the roller coaster, and I knew I was safe. So if you're frightened about something, just send Michael ahead. Say, Michael, can you sit there for me? Michael, can you be by my side? Michael, help me to be a little bit braver every day. I hand it over to you. Do you get that, being a little bit braver every day?
Oh, Leesa, I know I do. It's that Doreen Virtue taught me that about how particularly when we're in 3D all the time, how energy like this has a shorter lifespan when we first start working with it. And the more that we work it, which is just what you're saying, Ros, and the deeper we connect with it, the bigger it gets, the longer it stays. Leesa?
Yes, absolutely. I've had lessons over recent years about being brave, standing in my power, speaking my truth, and not taking rubbish from other people. And with the help of the angels, it was like I had to step off that cliff and know that I would be held up with the help of Archangel Michael and all the angels. And it was like going through that experience and feeling the fear and doing it anyway, to quote the book cover, is like stepping off that cliff and knowing that you are utterly supported.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, like, it does feel like you're stepping off a cliff because it's a massive thing. Something that I talk to people quite a lot about is how you can engineer situations which give you confidence. So, for example, you can engineer a situation to be brave, which you know you're completely safe within, in order to create evidence in your life for your ego to be soothed, for your will, for your insecurities, in order that when you're stepping off that cliff, it doesn't feel quite so terrifying because you've got evidence that you've been safe in the past, that it's been okay. And I think that's the thing about bravery, isn't it? Like the roller coaster, absolutely terrified, but it sent me on a, right, I've done this, is massive. I've stepped off that cliff, as Leesa said. I'm going to do other things now that frighten me. I'm deliberately going to do things that scare me. I don't mean roller coasters, I mean things in everyday life, getting to situations which I would have stood back from or avoided because I'd have known they'd have made me feel uncomfortable and frightened. It's this bringing the angels in, bringing them in. So they're not a luxury. Do you know what I mean by that, ladies? About some people think like the angels are like an extra. They're here so that you can be more of their energy. For me, that's what they're about. Bring me in. Let me help you to be brave through experiences, but through my energy, so it becomes more and more natural. Each time it's less of an effort. Each time it asks less of you. It's incredible. I just love that about the angels.
It's a wonderful thing because it gives us many opportunities, I find. I look, at my journey, look at my trajectory over the last, probably 15 years particularly, and I see that once upon a time, and I'd be interested to know about what you think about this, Leesa. Once upon a time when people say you'd meet someone, oh, hello, how are you? Oh, very well, how are you? What do you do? And it was like, oh, my God, what do I say? I was scared at that stage to say, oh, I work with the angels. It came to a point where I realized all I had to do was take a breath and simply say, I work with the angelic realms. And what really amazed me about that was when I expected people to look at me like I had three heads, most people said, oh, that's fascinating, I love the angels.
Yeah, I agree. Do you get that, Leesa? Did you feel that?
Well, I get people telling me a lot of stories about, I know so-and-so who reads the cards, or I have an aunt who is clairvoyant, or people open up and start sharing stories, or I've had experiences with my guardian angel. People start talking when they realize this person, it's just that, just speaking truthfully from the heart, standing in your power and being brave and saying, I do this, I walk my talk. And then people respond. They really open up to it.
Yeah, and that's like a conversational jump into the edge of a cliff, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I work with the angels. I talk to angels. That is a conversational jumping off the edge of a cliff. But when you're clear, when you are content, when you feel brave, like you say, it opens up opportunities for other people to do and be the same, and it encourages you, doesn't it? It becomes much more natural. So, yeah, I do understand that, absolutely.
And I found that there were so many people who were just longing for the opportunity to talk about the angels, who were absolutely longing for it. And so now, obviously, it changes. Everything changes. The deeper we form our relationship with anyone, the angels included, the confidence grows, our understanding, our knowledge base grows. And it's a wonderful thing. It has given me so many tools, so many connections, so much confidence, the love, that feeling of pure love that I have for the angels, that they mirror and bounce right back to me, has been such an incredible part of my life, and that grows every day.
It's like a light, isn't it? People say often, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you work so much? And, how do you do it? And then once they work with the angels themselves, once they develop their own relationship with the angels themselves, they understand how it's possible because of the light, because of the improvement that's available to you instantly the moment that you start to familiarize yourself in the initial stages with the angels. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Are either of you two going to talk about etheric cords? You kind of touched on it with your mem. Are we up for etheric cords?
Well, we are, but first of all, we've got someone in the chat room, Maria Christina, who says,
Yay!
I know, yay, welcome.
Hi.
She said she's been wanting to, could you please help me ask your angels to grant my request on my career soon? Thank you very much. So the first thing I want to say about that is, and I get this a lot, and I guess you do too, I get a lot of people writing to me to say to me, will you ask the angels to help me with this? So let's just talk to Maria Christina for a minute or two, and I'll hand over to you, Leesa, first, how we all can talk to the angels and how we can all ask for help and assistance, and I think the etheric cords comes in perfectly with this. Leesa, can I go to you, please?
Well, yes, it's just about that's it exactly. What we do, you can do too. Absolutely, this is within your abilities. And I just think of, I often say it about intuition, and I think of And it also applies to this as well, in that intuition for me is almost exactly like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And it's the same with your angelic connection. Just ask. Ask today. Ask several times a day. Ask before you go to bed. Ask whenever you need or want something, when you need help, support, career guidance and support. And the more you ask, the stronger your connection will get, and the more and more you'll notice the results coming through.
And the more comfortable you will become with the asking, and the more you will notice the signs and signals that come. So, Ros, maybe this is a good time for you to talk about etheric cords and how they can actually slow down processes for us and feel like big roadblocks to things like when we're asking questions, angels, please help me with my career, for example.
Okay, thanks, Anayah. Right, well, with regards to asking, the way that I like to help people to understand how to ask is to spend some time getting clear about the feelings that you want to experience from the outcome. So when we ask the angels to help us, the very clearest way and the very most helpful way that we can ask is by just spending time getting into a feeling that feels good to us. So getting into a feeling of positive expectation, getting into a feeling of, if we're talking about career, security and permanence, getting into and this doesn't have to come specifically from the career area of your life. You can use any area of your life where you feel that wonderful feeling of security and permanence, and also expertise and being valued and feeling that you make a contribution. Spend some time getting into that feeling, and that's how the angels can bring the things that you want to you much more accurately. It's writing a very precise list, which is feelings. With regards to etheric cords, so as human beings, we have relationships. We have relationships with our careers. We have relationships with our bosses. We have relationships with our parents, with our siblings, with our lovers, with our children, with everybody, and within ourselves. We have relationships. Now, those relationships create energetic bonds between us. And you can create an energetic bond between you and somebody else, which is a bond of love, which is about sharing and receiving and giving and the enjoyment of each other and positivity and pleasure. But you can also, through an argument or through some kind of separation or through a negative experience or memory, create something called an etheric cord. Now, an etheric cord is an energy drain. So if you can imagine the cords which I just described, which are the cords of love which join you and another person or another situation, as something that sends light and sends energy and sends positivity and sends abundance and all good things. An etheric cord does the opposite. Now, etheric cords can look like little thin strands of string, or they can look like thick ropes, or like gigantic anchor chains. They appear to me in lots of different ways. And they are energetic connections which feed detrimental energy. And it varies. It can be extremely detrimental energy, or it can just be draining and nagging energy. Archangel Michael is the angel who helps you by cutting those etheric cords, cutting through those negative energy connections, maintaining and actually strengthening those love connections that you experience, in order that you can become free of negativity, in order that you can move more easily through life, so you don't feel as though you're physically held in a situation in your life. You are free. So people often use etheric cords when they want to end a negative relationship cycle, when there's a constant argument or stress or frustration between you. And I will say this can exist within any loving relationship. It's only the dysfunctional, challenging, ego-orientated energy between two people that Archangel Michael will cut. So coming back to Maria Christina, if you feel that there's a block with regards to moving forward in your career or your career expectations, you can ask Archangel Michael to cut through any negative energy connections which relate to your career and your experience in the world of work and generating income. And he will cut through those cords and he will free you to and expand those channels of positive energy which connect you to any part of your life in order that you can feel more energized, more positive. And so, it's a word I've mentioned quite a lot this morning, your vibration is much more accurately lined up with what you really, really want. And etheric cord cutting, I have a really good visualization on my YouTube channel, which is etheric cord cutting, which everybody's welcome to use. And it will help you with any area of your life where you feel you're held. And it's especially good with relationships. Just a very quick story. I was in a relationship before I got married to Eddie, who I'm absolutely in love with and is my soulmate and best friend and father of my children and man that I always want to be with, always, always, always. I was in a relationship with somebody else who was a great guy, but wasn't the man that I was ever going to marry or be with forever. And I ended that relationship with the guy that I was with in an incredibly insensitive way. I was ready for it to be over, and I ended the relationship very abruptly. And I carried with me a tremendous amount of guilt for years. Even when I had kids with Eddie, I felt guilty that this guy who I had been in a relationship with hated me, felt bad things about me because of the way that I'd behaved. I did an exercise with Archangel Michael where I cut through these etheric cords, and after 12 years, this guy who I used to be in a relationship with contacted me and said, "You look so happy, Ros. I'm so thrilled that you found the man that you want to be with and that you have a family. Have a wonderful life." And that was life-changing. So etheric cords. Ask Michael just with a simple request to cut through those negative energy connections, and you will be free to move on with your life. And we've all had relationships, right, that haven't turned out for one way or another the way we wanted them to. Haven't we, ladies?
Absolutely. And I mean, every relationship... Oops, hang on. Sorry, Leesa, I've still got you on mute. There you go. Welcome back, Leesa. Yeah. And it's true. And I want to invite you, Leesa, now to share anything that you might like to, because we're coming down to our last 10 minutes.
Okay, I just have a little visualization where we can visit Archangel Michael in his etheric retreat. Angels have retreats, which is, you could sort of think of it like a holiday home or a house, somewhere where they retreat to, and they have a physical location, but they're located in the etheric realms over a physical location. Archangel Michael's retreat is in Banff, Canada, over Lake Louise in the mountains. Very beautiful spot, very, very beautiful there, if you want to Google a picture of it. And if you visit him in his retreat, he will give you strength and power so that you can protect yourself, but he is always there for you until you reach that point. Okay, so what this visualization will do will open your throat chakra, which is the chakra, if you think of the deep blue of the throat chakra, that is Archangel Michael's color, and he will help you speak your truth. So if everyone would just like to get comfortable and just sit comfortably and feet flat on the floor if you can. So sit quietly and breathe comfortably with the intention of connecting to Archangel Michael. Ground yourself by visualizing roots going from your feet deep into the earth. Ask Archangel Michael to place his deep blue cloak of protection around you and surround yourself in royal blue light. He is taking you through the dimensions to an etheric castle shimmering with sapphire and gold light. Here he invites you to sit on a royal blue throne. Now feel your throat chakra opening up and radiating royal blue light. Be aware of this energy from your throat connecting to the planet Mercury and its ascended aspect. You now receive a download of wisdom from the golden era of Atlantis. Feel yourself surrounded by the blazing golden light of angels and masters of the gold ray. So now just relax and listen to any communications. You can tune into an animal, perhaps a pet, and telepathically send it love, gratitude, and freedom. Archangel Michael now hands you his sword of truth, radiating a shining white light tinted with crystal blue. Relax here to absorb his light and his teachings. Now thank Archangel Michael. You are completely safe, protected, and loved. How's everyone feeling?
That was great, Leesa. I love your words. I love that you do that thing.
That was from the Diana Cooper Foundation, that particular visualization. A lovely one to connect you with Michael.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Your energy with it is so special, Leesa. It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
And I want to tell everyone that on angelheartradio.com you will find a beautiful program that Leesa did with Archangel Samuel in his etheric retreat. So if you go to angelheartradio.com, scroll through the programs and you'll find it. If you don't have any luck, send us a message on Facebook and I'll make sure you get the link.
I'd like to extend an invitation to you to come join us on Facebook, facebook.com/Angel Heart Radio. Come and post something that inspires you, or just to say hello. We'd love to see you there. It's a community of beautiful souls sharing with each other. And of course, we share lots of beautiful inspiration and the show links as well. Facebook.com/Angel Heart Radio. Please come join us.
I'll be invitation to connect you with Samuel if anyone wants that. Just Facebook message, and I can send that on too.
Are you going to record any of these, Leesa? Because I really think they're powerful and special when they come through you. Have you recorded any?
No, I haven't. Anayah, she's putting music to the recordings and making them, something that people can enjoy through the Archangel Series on Blog Talk Radio.
Exciting! That is cool. They're really great. I listened to your etheric realm show. I thought it was great, very special, really lovely. Leesa, really
Beautiful.
lovely.
Thank you.
Yep. I loved it too. I feel a lot more grounded. Because when I'm running the show, there's so much going on, making sure, we've got everyone on there at the right time, not having my mute on. It's an old remnant, that is. And actually, this is a good place to talk about how Archangel Michael, I can work with Michael on that one. So, okay, what is it in me that feels like I need to cut myself off? What is it in me that says I can't speak out to the world? So, Archangel Michael, I invite you to work with me now to cut away all old patterns, all old thoughts and processes and memories and habits. I can feel it in my throat, that would keep me silent. I invite you to cut them away clearly and cleanly. And I call in Archangel Raphael to bring your healing light upon these places so that I am healed. Oh, the goosebumps. In all directions of time and space, I thank thee, I thank thee, I thank thee. I speak my words, I speak my truth. I am worthy. Beautiful. Just like
Lovely.
that. It's just like that, isn't it? Getting present in that moment that says, okay, why is it that I do a certain thing? Why is it that anything happens? And we can really start to dig and get underneath it and call in the angels to help. Now, I've dedicated one of the gorgeous memes that I've created to Maria Christina in the chat room as well. Go and have a look at that, Maria Christina, on facebook.com/Angel Heart Radio. That one's for you. And again, these are for everyone. Enjoy them. And look at these, look at the pictures, look at the colours. None of it's an accident. When I'm creating one of these, what I do is I call the angels in and say, I want to share something with people about you. What is it that you would, and they will direct me to a picture. And then the words will just pop into my head. So this is very much a creative process with the angels and the archangels. Next week, it will be the Angel Life Hour with Leesa and I, and we've got a fabulous program lined up for you about how we are mirroring and our clients are mirroring in our lives. So that is going to be a really powerful one. We've only got another. So before we leave, I want to say to people, for everyone out there who is working with souls that haven't crossed over fully, that are still caught between here and where they need to go, so earthbound spirits, Archangel Michael is the go-to angel for this. Call on Archangel Michael and his band of mercy. That's part of their role. That's what they do. They will help souls cross over. They will help them let go and move forward more fully into the light to help them to release and go to their next destination. So Archangel Michael and his band of mercy. You don't have to do this yourself if it's not your role or you don't feel powerful enough to really take on that energy, because it can be a big energy. It can be a huge energy, and there's no shame in saying, this is not what I want to do. I had to go through this myself. I had to say, no, this is not what I want to do. It's not what I'm here for. Archangel Michael and your band of mercy, please take care of this soul. Cut the etheric cords and move on. And it really changed my life and helped me tremendously. Okay, so we've got 30 seconds left. Ros.
My website is angelswithros.com, and can I just leave us with a card, one card from Archangel Michael, just to tie up our... You are safe. You are safe. I'm protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. So you are safe. There you go. Message from Archangel Michael in a card. I'll put that card up so that everyone can see that after the show.
Thank you.
Lovely to be with you, ladies.
Thank you, Rosalie.
You too. Thank you. I want to thank you and Ros. It's been an absolutely lovely show once again. Looking forward to talking about Uriel next week as well.
Fabulous. Thank you. And you can find Leesa at leesaellis.com, Leesa. And for myself, thank you, everyone. It's been a privilege and a joy.
And you can visit me and find out about my work and all the angels have to share with you, including their guidance, on angellight777.com. You've been listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice.